so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no.
There we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a good day. CPI numbers are pretty good, so that's good news for all of us here. If you guys wanted Bitcoin to go up, I didn't, but we'll talk about that in a few seconds. But before we get started, quick update. I am going to start. So you guys know I usually wake up at whatever time I wake up because I usually spend a lot of time up late at night, whether I'm outside with Loki, doing nightly walks for exercise, or just playing video games or whatever I'm doing. And I've just been having a hard time actually like going to sleep around 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, which is my usual time. So what I'm going to do going forward here, since I'm just tired of trying to go to bed at the right time, so to speak, or at an appropriate time, I'm going to do my daily uploads for you guys. I'm going to do them around 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning. So that means that whenever you guys wake up in America, at least in the morning time, you guys should be able to see my thoughts and what I think is going to be happening as far as the market's concerned, okay? And then I'll give you guys more opportunities like, hey, here's what I see on this particular coin. Let's hope the NASDAQ can go do A, B, and C. And so these new daily update videos that I'm probably going to start tomorrow, you're going to see them talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the NASDAQ, all of them, okay? And maybe if I have time, maybe I'll throw in the S&P 500 in there as well. But I want you guys to know, you guys will be able to find those videos a lot earlier than normal, because normally I wake up, I take Loki for a walk, I get ready for the day, and then I start working on the videos, and they take like maybe a half an hour for me to do. So instead of having, wake up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever, I just make the videos before I go to bed, and that should be okay. And today's stream is going to be from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock because tonight I will be live at midnight for you guys. I haven't been live at midnight in a minute here, so I want to build that back up since my computer was broken, or the GPU is broken. Okay. There we go. Happy to see everybody. Hey, Bideford. Hey, Monica. Hey, Square Bagels. Joseph. Chebs. Andrew. And Learning Coins. Thanks, everybody. Loki, stop. Loki's over here trying to annoy me because he knows. Hey, here. Yeah. Go away. There you go. All right. I just got done with being outside with Loki. He was having a blast. Okay. So as far as Bitcoin's concerned right now, because we did have that good CPI number, I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth in a second. We did see Bitcoin pop off, okay? And what's happening over here, this is the weekly chart. I'm looking at this more and more, and we know we have this general uptrend here, right? Hey, no, we have this general uptrend here. And so far, we're trying to creep back up to the lows we experienced back over here in early May. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to break out above that, and I don't really care to make any swing trades that might just make me a little bit of the last bit of a pump here if we do have this extra big, we have this move coming pretty soon. So what I'm going to be doing is just doing some small day trades for the next few days. I'm not going to be looking for any swing trades unless we break down on the daily charts and actually have a confirmation there. Both Ethereum and Bitcoin broke down. Ethereum broke down on the daily chart. Bitcoin broke down on the 4-hour chart. And it really didn't lead to anything special. And that was because of market factors. We talked about how there's a big risk and everything like that. That's why I did the lower bid trades or lower leverage trades yesterday when I was doing those shorts. But I don't want to open myself up to too much risk now. I made a lot of money buying up here and selling up here. I may not make as much profit as if I sold up at these higher levels. But overall, guys, I'm still content to kind of just stick around with some small day trades, looking for small breakouts. And by breakouts, I mean pattern breakouts, probably on altcoins more specifically, maybe even Ethereum here now and again. I made up my losses this morning, trading Ethereum's breakout, which was kind of nice. So, that's the general vibe of where I'm thinking we're going to go right now. Again, we have that 20-week moving average coming down. If I can actually go over here very fast. 20-week, not 20-day. There we go. We do have that 20-week moving average coming up pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see what happens as we get back above that. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that think, what's his name? Brandon, I forget his name. But really smart guy, really intelligent. He has a lot of Bitcoin videos out there where he just gives his opinions on what the macro level charts are talking about. His general definition of a bull market is when we're above this 20-week moving average. His general definition of a bear market is when we're down below the 20-week moving average, okay? Now, it doesn't always work out perfectly because, as you said, we weren't in a bull market right here before we kept on falling. No. But generally, there's a lot of people out there that believe that. So you may actually see some more activity heading up to that zone, whether we reach this maybe milestone of 26,500, let's say 2 or 3 weeks from now. You may see a pretty big battle playing out up over there, and I'll be waiting patiently to see if we can have another breakout. I'm just not going to be doing any multi-day swings, maybe 12 to 15-hour trades, but I don't know anything about, maybe even 24, but not really more than just 24 hours for the trade, because I want to make sure I lock in my profits here. I think we've kind of been through the majority of this rally here still, and I'm just going to be waiting and taking some small nibbles out of this market so far. Now, if we go over to the 4-hour chart, you guys can see we had the breakdown last night. Maybe even go back to the 15-minute chart. There we go. Oh, yeah. So you can see we had that forceful breakdown. We actually consolidated for a little bit of time. Early morning came around and you started hearing better news about the economy, yada, yada, yada. And then what happened early morning, 5:30, exactly at 5:30, CPI data came out and Bitcoin surged. You saw a bunch of shorts get squeezed. I was part of that bunch. I mean, probably not a big chunk of it, but I was definitely part of that bunch that my stop losses hit. I took the loss and I just waited for another opportunity here. We consolidated for a little bit of time, ended up coming back down here. Almost tried to actually have a cup and handle, but didn't work out too much. I think it might have happened on the 1-minute chart or something like that. But so far, you can see that Bitcoin is still grinding up here bit by bit. You're going to see some levels of resistance probably right up here. There we go. Around the 24,185 line. I'm excited to see what Bitcoin does, everybody. I'm not really buying anything right now unless I'm trading altcoins. Bitcoin itself, I'll wait it out a little bit longer, but you do see it heading for this level of resistance. There is not a lot of power behind Bitcoin right now, so, I'm encouraged to see what could happen over the next few days, as long as we don't have any surprise economic data or any, anything bad coming up, which I don't think we have any more news. I think later on today, if we're lucky, Bitcoin may actually try to have a retest of the 24,833 level and just see if we can actually test or maybe even break out above this level here. Be careful, because we did break out of it on the 30th of July. Didn't really do much for us, everybody. We ended up coming back down pretty hard. But we're towards the end of this top of this pattern. We'll see if we have an opportunity to break out. Be patient with this one. If I buy this breakout, it's gonna be because it closed above this trend line, not because it broke above it for like on the 15 or the 4-hour charts. I want to see a firm breakout before I want to buy in here for a multi-day hold. And even then, I probably will just be sticking to a day trade with maybe a higher leverage. Okay, so I just want to talk to you guys about corn. Well, yeah, we can talk about consumer market prices here for a second. Make sure that's fine. Make a move back up here. So again, if you guys didn't wake up early this morning, don't worry, I didn't either. Consumer prices rose 8.5% in July, less than expected, but still better than expected. Remember, I told you guys it was going to be a bad number. This is still a bad number, but it was less than expected, and that was what we were really hoping for here. This is what the Federal Reserve has been wanting to see. They want to start to see the economy slowing down here bit by bit, and they want to start seeing people not be spending as much money and inflation kind of easing down a little bit. Now, the majority of this came down because of energy, because we're headed for a recession. Well, we're in a recession, but we're headed for those nasty parts of a recession like layoffs, people losing their homes, that general type of feeling. So there's going to be some issues ahead, but still, it is nice to see inflation ticking down and not continuing to go up and up and up. A big part of that as well, like we just talked about, again, was energy and gas prices more specifically. So on a monthly basis, prices were flat as energy prices broadly declined 4.6% and gas fell 7.7%. That's a big drop in gas. That offset a 1.1 monthly gain in food prices and a 0.5% increase in shelter costs. So rents are going up, obviously, and then you guys have rising food costs still going up here. So food and housing still going up, but you are seeing energy go down, and I think we've talked about this quite a bit here on the channel as far as, let's go back up here very fast, oil. Oil is continuing to come down. When this nice little bit of a trend line here, still coming down. No, doesn't look like we want to have a breakout anytime soon. We might have found a short-term bottom here, but we'll have to see if we're going to have this death cross here on the daily chart with the 20 and the 200. It's been a minute since we've had that death cross. We didn't have one there. Looks like really, for a minute. Since, 2020 maybe? Let me actually zoom in here to make sure we didn't have it. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Nope, and no death cross here. It's been a long time since we've had a death cross with a 20-day moving average crossing down below the 200 moving average. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see if we actually do break down here. You do see the 50 starting to scream down as well. We could start seeing a general move down in the price of oil Again, because the economy is recognizing we're heading into a recession, or the recession is going to get worse as some of these higher rate hikes start to have their impacts on the greater economy. Okie dokie. As far as the coins right now, go to the last 24 hours. You are seeing some coins run up right now. Celsius coin, I mean, it's doing a lot of rallying and stuff like this. I'm not buying this at all unless I'm just having some fun, just because it is part of Celsius. I don't want to take that chance, right? You do have some coins up like 4%, but the general vibe here, the last 24 hours is, sorry, not 1 hour, last 24 hours, you do have some coins that are up here quite a bit. Compounds up 11, Phantoms up 11, Runes up 10, so you are seeing some nice moves here. I don't think there was actually anything that was really bad today, was there? No. Leo, I mean, I don't trade this, so I don't know much about it, but this is like the only thing that's really down today. Everything else is stable coins, and then you start getting into some of these other coins here that are just maybe up like 1%, 2%, but the majority of coins out there, guys, are doing very, very well, and they're doing very, very well off of that CPI data. One last thing here, there we go. Just so you guys know, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to affect everybody going forward, because everybody kind of has a different approach to how they buy food in America or around the world. But the jump in, let me just read this to you. The jump in the food index put the 12-month increase to 10.9%, the fastest pace since 1979. Butter is up 26.4% over the past year. Eggs have surged up 38%, and coffee is up more than 20%. I know that coffee pain. Despite the monthly drop in energy index, electricity prices rose 1.6% and were up 15.2% from a year ago. The energy index rose 32.9% from a year ago. So, gasoline is a huge part of the energy process, and that's why when gas prices came down, you saw a lot of other stuff come down with it. There are still other parts of the economy that are still getting worse, and it's going to be up to the Fed to realize that and try to continue doing rate hikes. A couple of you asked me earlier, are the rate hikes going to continue? Are they going to stop? Are they going to be even more aggressive now? What it seems like to me, over the next few weeks or months, actually, I would say, I think you guys are going to see that they're not going to be as aggressive with the rate hikes. Maybe they won't do 75 this month, or next month. Maybe they're just going to do 50, maybe another 50 after that, then maybe a 25 if they really need it. And then they might start to slow down, because if we go month by month, I think you're going to see pretty soon how bad the economy really is when people when the middle class, so to speak, starts getting to feel those layoffs. We're seeing them more in the financial sectors right now. You're seeing them a little bit more in other sectors, but again, I'm more of a financial guy, so I know more about the financial businesses out there rather than a Safeway or some type of grocery store or some type of movie theater, like what they're doing as far as layoffs are concerned. But I think you will start to see rate hikes start to go down a little bit, not disappear, and maybe instead of 100 or 75, we may only get a 50 basis point rate hike next month, or this month, excuse me. We'll have to see if they actually want to put a rate hike in this month. They have no meeting this month, but that doesn't mean they can't actually, put one out there. But okay, right now, guys, again, I just want to see if by later on today we can have maybe even today and tomorrow, we can have one more big boom to retest these highs up here on 24,873. If we can, I may open a short, but I'm going to be very cautious because, again, with all this good news coming out about the economy, and the good news is it's not as bad as it was a few months ago, right? So it's not like the economy is in a good state, but it's like, hey, we're not getting worse. We're kind of stalling here a little bit, and we're going to wait to see if we stay at these bad levels or if we start to see some improvements here. A recession is going to really be the curveball in all of this, so you're going to have to wait and see, just like all the rest of us. But all I see right now is we have a trend up here. We're getting closer to it. And, I guess the last time we came up here, we got rejected. I mean, this rejection actually was only about 8% for Bitcoin, so maybe you saw altcoins drop down about 20% or so. But so far, we're getting back up here again. We'll have to wait and see if we can actually have a stronger breakout and retest the 26,673 level, or if we're going to try to come back down, break down below the 20 and the trend line here, and start making a little bit more of a reversal for maybe we can continue to grind up here in this rising wedge that we're currently tracking. As far as Ethereum is concerned, guys, Ethereum is still grinding up power. Let me just go back here to Bitcoin very fast, maybe on the daily chart here again. you guys can see that Bitcoin still hasn't reached the highs that it got back over here on July 30th. So we're still consolidating for the most part. But Ethereum has managed to break out above those highs from a few weeks ago, and it's still moving higher and higher, riding up that 20-day moving average quite a bit, everybody, like quite a bit. We did break down to this uptrend. We ended a sideways trend, and now we're just continuing to grind back up here off of CPI data. I don't know. Well, we'll never know exactly how bad or good Bitcoin would have done if we had bad CPI data, but so far the CPI data has been a big boom for Ethereum. We're kind of in this zone up here. If I can find my rectangle. Right about there. Well, we're kind of facing some resistance between, let's say, 1700 and 2100 or so, 2200 maybe at max if I want to extend this up a little bit more up here. Yeah, 2200 to 1700. I'm not going to be too excited to really buy much up here. I still think, guys, we are going to have a pretty sizable cool off over the next few months, and that's when I'm going to be more excited to buy for more long-term trades. I've stopped pretty much buying at this point because I am betting right now that we're going to be coming back down, and I'll start accumulating more over here. And that's because I've also been accumulating through here, all the way back up here when Ethereum was back on the, the 3000s level and so forth. Not so much up here, of course, but I've been accumulating a lot of these coins for a while. I'm okay with sitting out for a little bit so I can actually add more money down here if we're so lucky to have Bitcoin and these other coins come down to get a cheaper price. You see a lot of coins out there like Ethereum Classic also looking like they're going to come into contact with those 20-day moving averages pretty soon. I won't talk about too much of these coins. I'll go off of you guys' questions and whatnot. But you guys are seeing we're testing some supports here. But overall, the market is still poised to have a pretty volatile move in any direction it wants. It's not like we're going to be facing too much resistance here except for Bitcoin. It looks like Ethereum has already been blasting through those resistance levels. So if Ethereum can do it, I'm pretty sure Bitcoin can do it as well. One quick thing here. I know a lot of you guys like Dogecoin like myself. Dogecoin is still pretty handsomely above this trend line here. Usually when Dogecoin breaks down below these trend lines, it's pretty bad. So far, it's still relatively fine. All right, let's push this back over here. Which one am I looking at here? I want to get rid of this one from last night. There we go. So we can kind of keep track of what's going on. And if you guys have any questions about the economy, I know we talked about Coinbase yesterday. Some of you guys sent me emails asking about Coinbase. If you guys have any questions about that, Voyager, anything at all, feel free to let me know and I'd be happy to talk with you guys. Probably go to the 1 second chart here. There we go. Oh, is that line supposed to be there? Oh, no, it doesn't. That line's not important at all. That was just talking about that resistance level that we saw over here. All right. There we go. Okay. Hey, Little Cola, happy to see you back, my man. Hey, Joseph again. What's right here? Hey, Thest. I like that idea, Mike. Always too much time between what's happening in the market and streaming updates. Good idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that as well, guys. I'll be releasing videos around midnight to 1 o'clock. Now, again, tonight I will be live at midnight to kind of talk with you guys and have some fun. And frankly, like, if you guys have been watching the stream for a while, you guys have heard me rant every now and again about how my sleep has been getting worse. And I think it's just because I like to work at night. I'm a workaholic when it comes to nighttime. And I don't mind working late and then waking up whenever my body feels completely rested. That's what I do now. But why wait to make that video when I can just do it at night? It's not like I'm doing anything. I can always move around my schedule to make that work out, right? So that's what I'm going to do going forward. And that way, after midnight Pacific time, whenever you guys hop on YouTube, let's say midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning, you guys will be able to see whatever I'm talking about, okay? Or whatever I'm thinking about the market. And then I'll also post some shorts there for you in the early morning whenever I wake up. That way, maybe I can have like a midday update about what I think is going on with Bitcoin, a midday update of Ethereum. So maybe like let's call it an 8 to 10 minute video every single day at midnight. And then from there, what you'll see is, in the morning time, whenever I wake up around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, probably around 9 actually, because I don't get much rest, you guys will get some 60-second updates on what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other coins you guys want me to talk about, because it's pretty easy for me to talk about those coins, right? And then around noon, I'll be doing my my news update where I talk to you guys about any big news coming out today, whether it be Coinbase, Voyager, Celsius, crypto bills, crypto legislation, somebody in the crypto world said something, a bank is doing something very interesting in the crypto world. We'll talk about that. Those videos, those streams won't be daily. for the news channel, but maybe every other day, maybe daily if the news is daily. But I don't want to make up news just to stream, right? I'd rather just relax a little bit, maybe go on a walk with Loki and go say hi to the neighbors. Loki knows every neighbor in my neighborhood, plus the couple cul-de-sacs over. He's famous. What do you call? And hey, Crypt Yellow Vest, hope to see you back, man. Hello from France. It's late. What a crazy day. It is a very, very crazy day. I think we should all be happy that the inflation is going down a little bit. It's still, I mean, guys, it's not good numbers. I think we all realize that, but at least we're trending in the right direction. We're trending in the right direction. If we go back up here very fast, you can still see where, oh, that's this year-over-year food and energy. But we're still very high up there. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? We're not looking like this. We're not like that. We're kind of just chilling here. I'm happy to keep on chilling because that means we might find a peak here pretty soon. And then from there, maybe we can start getting back to 6%, 5%. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, as we know. But, if a recession picks up, it may happen a little bit faster. And what the Federal Reserve wanted was to get us as close to a recession as possible. I mean, we're already in a recession, as you guys know, but, this is what the Federal Reserve wanted, and this is the effects of their rate hikes. This is occurring now, the good and the bad from it. I think we all like cheaper oil prices, cheaper gas prices. I think I saved like 10, oh, look at a little bit of a bump right there. I think I saved like $10 a gallon over the last 2 months or something like that. $10, yeah, instead of paying $80, I pay like $70, something like that. I don't even know what it was, but it's a little bit cheaper, Let's sit here. And hey, Elvis, the DXY pullback after the CPI news. Yeah, let me show you guys that very fast. I thought I had the dollar index here because Bitcoin's getting pumped up right now as we talk. Let me put this here. Here's the daily chart for the CPI for dollar index. You can see it's continuing to go down here bit by bit by bit. It is. So that does look nice here. And again, we're getting closer and closer to that level of resistance. Can we see it up on this chart? No, we're not. Let me go to the daily chart here. Let me just verify that everything is supposed to be in the right spot. So this one's actually a little bit different. This one's going off of this, instead of this one that's going off of this, and that. This one got honored more though. I'll put both on here. It can't hurt to have both of them here. One of them's going to have an impact. There we go. Back to the second chart. All right. So you guys can see there's some volatility happening right now, and that's fine by us. We want to see this move happen. You could see there's some whale games going on. Enjoy them while you can. I always like to see volatility. It's much better than just watching nothing happening on the charts. I think we would all agree on that one, right? Hey, Puma, thanks for becoming a member, man. I really appreciate it. Or thanks for being a member. And you've already been a member for a while here. Heck of a day with crypto. Yes. This has been a freaking awesome day. I wasn't mad this morning when I woke up and I saw the CPI numbers, because I woke up, I saw the CPI numbers, I checked my exchange, and I was like, I knew I got stopped out of all my positions. And just like I thought, every single one of my positions got stopped out. So I did some day trading in the morning to make up the losses, and so I kind of ended up the day up like, I think it was like $50 after fees. So I was happy with today overall. It's better than losing money, right? But man, that CPI number sent Bitcoin flying in real time. It just jumped up exactly at 5:30. As soon as CNBC, Fox Business, Yahoo News, Bloomberg, as soon as they started to announce that number, you saw the algos kick in and burn any shorts in there. And I was definitely a short that got burned in that one this morning. I lost like a 5% is what I told you guys, 5%. Hey, Legal Eagle, you got a lot of money, type in Voyager. I can start making more videos about that if you guys want to. There hasn't been so much news. The only news I've seen so far about Voyager is the fact that they have started to release cash. As far as if you had cash in your account, they're starting to let you get that back into your accounts, like put that back into your bank. There's still no updates on if they're going to be giving you back your crypto. So that means stable coins like USDC or Tether or Bitcoin, STMX, whatever it may be. There's still no update on that. They're still going through the bankruptcy proceedings. However, as I said, if you had any cash on Voyager, you will be able to get that back. I don't know if you have like a lot of money in that or a little bit of money. You'll be able to get some of that back for sure. And hey, Ken, sucks to see the STMX I have stuck on Voyager is up and I can't do anything about it. I have $500 tied up in STMX. I mean, I also have like $2,000 in STMX now. I've been buying up a lot because every time it pumps, I sell it and I just buy back more, of course. But yeah, it definitely sucks that you can see your positions going up and you're not able to cash in on that and then, you know, try to make that into more money and build that wealth up. It's right here. And hey, Courtney, same with you. You got Phantomatic on Voyager. I definitely understand how you feel there. Do you feel like it's a risky move to hold Doge until 0.08 or 0.085 and then sell and wait another dip to buy? Or is it better just to play and hold? For me, Patrick, I'm always inclined to sell some. Well, it depends on your strategy. If it's your long-term coins and you don't want to mess around with them, you don't have to. If you're swing trading, you can definitely hold on to them. Just move up your stop loss. But if you are doing a long-term hold and you want to try to maximize your profit somehow, what I would normally do in this situation is, you know, let's say I wanted to sell some Dogecoin. I do this strategy with STMX. Okay, what I tend to do is I'll be like, okay, I think Dogecoin's going up right now. It looks pretty nice, but I'm thinking that it's going to go down. It's going to come back down over the next few weeks, and I want to buy it for a little bit less so I can actually accumulate more Dogecoin or just have a profit off of the Dogecoin I bought, right? What I tend to do is not take on as much risk by trying to sell all of my Dogecoin and then buying it back later on. I will take a little bit less risk by selling 25% of my Dogecoin and then, you know, using that to buy back the same amount of Dogecoin I had before, and then just keep the profit, which I can use for more Dogecoin or some other type of coin. So what I've been doing here, Bitcoin's cooling off just a little bit here off of this nice little pump we saw. Let me go over here to STMX and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I've been accumulating STMX for a few months here. My average is around like 7 cents or so right now. So, you know, I've been accumulating over here. I took a little bit more of a heavier dip over here once Bitcoin hit that buying zone that we talked about. So my average right now is at 7 cents. And if I can put a little bit of a horizontal line here, good enough. So right about here. Now, over the past few weeks when we've been live, there's been a couple times where STMX has just gone freaking parabolic. So the one happened right here. I did not sell because I was streaming and I was like, oh, I got to stream. I can't just pull up my accounts here and just start selling everything off, right? It looked weird. But basically, you know, average at 7 cents because I really bought heavy down here over a few period of days. But 7 cents, it rallied up like 56%. I missed that opportunity, but what happened a few weeks later? Boom, it popped again. So what I did here is I sold about half of my STMX for a profit of, no, I sold it right here. I didn't even get the top of it. I'm never that lucky. I sold it for about 51% profit. So I made about like, I don't know, like $1,000 or something profit off of that. I was happy with it, right? And then the next day it fell back down, right? It fell back down, I don't know, from the highs, it fell down about 32%. But from where I ended up selling mine, it fell down about 20%. So I ended up buying some around here for I think 17% loss because I didn't get the bottom, of course, 17% lower. And so I bought all the STMX back that I sold, and then I got it on a 17% discount. So I walked away with 17% profit off of the transaction from here to here, right? Because I ended up putting that money back in there. Now, with that 17% income that I just made off of that trade, now what I'm doing is using that to buy more STMX down the road. I'm one of those people that thinks Bitcoin will have to come down even more in the future. I may be in the minority of that right now because everything's really going parabolic right now. Everything looks really nice, right? From a you know, Bitcoin's price perspective, not economic perspective. But what I'm doing is, hey, you know, when I want to start dollar cost averaging again, I have that money specifically set aside with actually a little bit of a note next to one of my accounts here to actually say, hey, STMX, this is for STMX, buy it when it starts breaking back down below 8 cents. I'm not even waiting for it to hit 7 cents or even these lows over here. I just want to be able to buy even more. So at the end of the day, I have more STMX in my wallets. So when one day STMX starts going back up to all-time highs and my average is, you know, somewhere still around 7 cents or so, I can say, wow, I have 1,300% profit. And that would justify to me, you know, you can see the same thing with Dogecoin except for different market caps here. If I go over here to STMX, you can see the market cap is only $92 million. It's a very small market cap, but it has a utility, and it does have a lot of partnerships out there with real legitimate businesses, which is fantastic for me. Let me just show you this very fast, right? So they're featured on NBA, Forbes, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance. They have deals with eBay, Levi's, Sonos, New Balance, Nike, Macy's, Adidas, or Nike, sorry, Groupon, Agata, Lego, even Lego, right? So, going off of that mindset here, the market cap earlier this year, it got up to about, let's just call it 700 million. I can't see the exact number here. I can't get to the very top part. Well, I can, I'm just lazy. There we go. $714 million. What do you call? If it just gets into the billions, maybe even $5 billion market cap, that's going to make me a lot of money. So that's my strategy of how I'll sell some of my long-term holdings to try to make more money off of them. But usually I'm not taking on the added risk of selling the whole position. I'm just going to sell a piece of it, just 25%, just 50%, depending on how you want to trade it, more risk if you sell high. And the risk is, of course, that if you sell it, let's say you sell right here, it may just keep going up and you may freak out and say, I need to buy back more. And now you've spent more money to chain the same amount of coins you had a few weeks ago. So if I ever make the mistake and I'm like, oh man, I sold too early and it's still going up, I don't even try to buy back into it. I just wait and wait and wait. And that seems to have worked out well for me. But you got to be careful with that strategy, because I do know that it can be difficult emotionally for long-term traders to sell and then just watch what they think is going to come down continue to go up, and then they start chasing it. It's like a self-induced FOMO feeling, and it's not a good feeling. It's weird because, of course, you're afraid of losing money, or you're afraid of making a mistake in the market. It's right here. But I hope that helps you out, Patrick. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Michael. I believe California is due to send out another 300 to 400 stimulus checks soon. Do you know if there's any other states that are doing more stimulus checks, and do you think they would affect crypto at all? I don't know if there's any other states doing stimulus checks. I don't believe so. At least I'm out here in Washington State, Seattle area, right? Or not anymore, but I used to be. Now I'm in Graham area, Washington. I don't know. I don't believe stimulus checks are going to get pumped into crypto. And that's primarily because I think if there's going to be any stimulus checks, it's going to be more targeted than the COVID relief. It's going to be going to people probably making only $50,000 a year or something like that. And all of that money for the lower classes, it's going to be desperately needed to get themselves to school pretty soon, like for gas prices, for food prices, stuff like that. Excuse me. I don't think people have the luxury, unlike they did with COVID, to actually spend money on crypto. During COVID, the bars were closed, the restaurants were closed, everything was closed. I was going. There's a bar that I used to go to when I was living in downtown Tacoma, O'Malley's or something like that, and I went there the day it closed. And the night, the final night before the COVID lockdowns hit, because you guys remember it happened right before St. Patrick's Day. So all the bartenders that were really counting on that money, they got really screwed over by the government at that point. But when I went there and right as they were closing, me and a bunch of friends were drinking, having a good time. But 3 of the bartenders all started breaking down crying because they had no idea what was going to happen, because this was before the stimulus checks, of course. We ended up giving them $100 each. So they each walked away with a $300 tip. Because we all corporate guys. We were fine. And working from home, yada yada yada. Well, actually, I was trading stocks by then, but still. But once they started getting their stimulus checks and their unemployment checks, the stimulus checks were $1,600, if I believe I'm right there. Yeah. But then unemployment, I had friends getting $1,600 a week in unemployment. $1,600 a week in unemployment. That's absolutely insane. So they had that real luxury of just saying, I can toss some money into crypto. I can go play around in the markets. And a majority of those people who aren't necessarily there to make money full time, just trying to make a quick buck or just have some fun, that type of mindset isn't going to be there. Instead of if they had all that money and all the bars were open, all the clubs were open, all the restaurants were open, I bet you would have seen so many people buying beer that they normally wouldn't afford, buying shots they normally couldn't buy, right? they'd be doing some really stupid stuff. But because everybody was locked down, trapped inside their apartments or their houses, hey, I have the Robinhood app. Hey, I have the BitGet app. Hey, I have the Phoenix app. I have the whatever Binance app. I can make some money with crypto. Look at that chart. It's only going up and up and up. There's a whole different mindset there, right? I don't think stimulus checks are going to have any big part on crypto going up anytime soon. And just because there's not enough volume of capital going in there, and the market itself is just not looking as hot. If you give $1,000 to a random person that makes under $20,000 here in Washington, what's the minimum wage here? What is this? 15 times 160. Is that for the month? I think 40. Yeah. So 15 times 4, that's 7,000. Really? 46? No, I'm messing up something here. 40 times 4, 160. Jesus. Yeah. Okay. 15 times 160. So that's $2,400. Okay. If I give that person an extra $1,000, it'll be gone within 2 months to pay for extra gas, food, and any crazy expenses that they had outstanding, probably to pay off old credit card bills, right? Because for the average person in Washington state, I mean, I think their rent's like something around like $1,500 or something like that for an average person's rent. It's not going to really make much difference there. I know people that make minimum wage around $2,400, but their rent is like $1,300, and that's like half of their payments right there. Because if you guys didn't know, out here in Washington state, we don't really talk as much. We don't really we talk. We're friendly with each other, but we have our own groups, and we don't really separate out of those groups at all. Like, it's hard to justify to tell somebody, hey, get a roommate to save money. People don't like to do that at all. It's too weird. We can't just make friendships off the bat. It's called the Seattle Freeze or something like that. But I don't think it's going to have too much of an effect, to be blunt. Can you check on auction? It's blasting off of the daily MA 200 good to long. Hey, Brandon, if you want to long into it, I would probably say double top on the second chart if that matters to any of you guys. Treat it. It's going to be a day trade most likely if you want to do that auction. You might have an opportunity to make some money off of this. I would most definitely have a stop loss around $9.70 or so. Maybe if you want to give it a little bit more grace, maybe $9. But I would have a stop loss if you want to buy into this. It has had a nice pump so far. You are seeing it try to make a move above this 200, but it has closed above the 200 that time here. But it closed above the 200 a couple times, and it really didn't mean anything. The good thing going for you here, though, is you might have a golden cross approaching pretty soon, and that may give it a little bit of a boom, maybe back up towards $15 or so. So if you want to do that, sure, I would give it a pretty generous stop loss, though, just to make sure you're able to ride some of these waves. And that means your stop loss might be somewhere around, instead of normal 3 to 5%, it might be anywhere from like 7 to 10% on this one. Give it a shot, see where it goes, but just be careful with it. Usually these ones can be very, very volatile. They go up pretty fast. They can also come down pretty fast, so just be careful with it. But yeah, it seems like it'd be okay to long, as long as you have it, give it a general stop loss there, liberal stop loss, excuse me. See, yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, give me. If I open a trade on BitGet for Bitcoin and my liquidation price is, for example, 20,000, does my liquidation price go lower if I just deposit more money on BitGet, or do I need to do something else? So, there's one caveat to that, so that you have to do an extra step. So you can't just deposit money on BitGet to get that liquidation price to change. You have to deposit money on BitGet, then transfer that money into that specific futures account. Okay, so if you're on BitGet, you can't just have it sitting in the spot account. It has to be specifically in the futures account. So you'll see the updated amount in that tiny box on the right-hand side that shows how much your max balance is, how much you have in use, and so forth. You have to move it into that specific section, and then yes, it will actually adjust what your liquidation price is. So if my liquidation price was 20,000, right? Like you was talking about, and I put more money in BitKit, it would still say 20,000. But if I put more money in BitKit and then transfer that over to my futures account, it might drop to 19,000 or 18,000 or something like that. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but that's how you are going to have to do it. You can't just drop money in there. You have to specifically move it into that account. Then it will actually show the difference there. Even the percentage of margin used should drop down if you add more capital into that account. I too haven't invested any money since I have tens of thousands of Algo and Dot locked up on Voyager. They were non-transferable, so I couldn't move them. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have a lot of money trapped up in a whole bunch of different apps, whether it's Voyager, Celsius, etc. You're most likely going to get part of that money back, but nobody knows exactly how much is going to be given back after this bankruptcy process has gone through. You have to hope that maybe BlockFi or maybe some other institution, not BlockFi, FTX or some other institution can try to come in and swoop up and save Voyager and give them enough money to pay everybody back. I'm not entirely sure how likely that is because FTX gave them an opportunity, but the way FTX structured the deal, which was very smart on FTX's part, by the way, is they were saying, hey, we'll allow people to take their money out of their accounts. We'll do it because we'll buy their assets and then they can transfer their assets over to our accounts. And then since we have capital, we can actually let them sell and we'll give them back the assets, right? Or the value of their assets. So you as a consumer would have been happy. However, Voyager would have been losing customers. And if you guys know anything about this market as far as crypto, this is the business behind all these crypto exchanges, there's a word I'm escaping me. You guys hear it on Shark Tank all the time. Acquisition cost, Acquisition cost. So how much does it cost to get one new sign up on, your exchange? For these exchanges, it's pretty expensive. It's like anywhere from like $30 to $60 per person. That's how much it normally costs them to get one of you to sign up. So, so FTX would be getting all that for free, basically, but helping out the average customer. Voyager doesn't like that because they want to go through the bankruptcy proceedings because they want to get as much money for themselves personally as they can. And that's why Voyager is kind of falling. They're not in the best of light right now, of course. But you may have some luck over the next few weeks, probably even months. If the market continues to improve, you may see another offer come out there for somebody may be able to buy some of their assets. If things get worse, you may even still see an offer out there, but just a lot less money going to Voyager, but you still may be getting more money back than what you might have gotten if the bankruptcy proceedings go all the way through. And hey, Wheelie Man or Mr. Wheelie Man, just subscribed, here to learn about crypto and chart reading. Hey, man, I appreciate it very, very much. Guys, please make sure to subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. I always appreciate it when you guys subscribe and hit that like button. There's 11 to 19 states. Oh, geez, somewhere in there? That'd be absolutely insane if there's going to be that many people getting stimulus checks. It's not going to affect crypto, but I'm really surprised about it. Again, whenever they hand out stimulus checks, guys, I'm not eligible to get any money from the government, unfortunately. Maybe that's for the best. I make too much money, right? But, I don't know. I never follow some of that stuff. If I do, I will try it. Well, if I see any news on it, I'll make a stream about it. I'll do like the streams that I do for you guys, they're going to be around 15 to 30 minutes, maybe say 20 to 30 minutes, where I just give you a general idea of what's going on for this one news source and maybe 2 to 3 news sources that we talk about, then maybe 5 to 10 minutes of Q&As. And then I say, hey, everybody, goodbye. Talk to you guys a little bit later, right? But so far, I haven't heard too much news about stimulus checks, but I haven't been looking for that news as well. And hey, William, STMX would be Robinhood on STMX and Robinhood would be nuts. I would put an extra $5,000 in STMX if it went on Robinhood. It would be absolutely crazy. Right now, I think it has too small of a market cap, but I think in the future it definitely can get on Robinhood. And somebody is still trying to push Bitcoin up right now. It's facing a little bit of resistance, but they're still trying here, which is interesting. So here. Bavarian Nordic was a good stock for monkeypox. Oh, I didn't even know that existed. What do you call monkeypox? Is so weird. I've been seeing videos on it and stuff like that, and I've seen the government start to have a response team, but it just doesn't feel like it's dangerous yet. Like COVID was kind of weird. The news was very skeptical of it, like it's causing fear and like woo. Now all of a sudden, like the monkeypox is going on, but I don't think anybody's scared of it. We've just kind of been like, okay, you got us with COVID. We did all this stuff. Don't tell us we have to do all this crap again. We will fight, right? And nobody is happy about it. What's right here? And hey, Yellow Vest. In France, the minimum wage is 470 euros. After, if you lost your job, you get 75% from your last job. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I don't exactly know how unemployment works in Washington because every state has their own unemployment and all the numbers vary. Because, you know, United States, like every state is pretty much its own state, right? We're just united, but we have a very strong federal government. Like the EU is like the United States, but with a very, very weak centralized government, right? But well, that's, you know, I'm very oversimplifying that, of course. But oh, there's Bitcoin going up again here, trying to make another move. I don't. You know, as more and more people get laid off, it will be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting how this plays out. But I don't know if the government's going to go the extra mile to give out stimulus checks again, knowing that their last stimulus package helped fuel inflation because they gave too much money out to too many people that didn't need it. And they just really went willy-nilly spending on everything on Amazon, Best Buy, everything like that. Heck, for heaven's sakes, I spent a lot of money on Best Buy last year. Best Buy keeps track of how much money you spent. Last year, I spent $13,000 at Best Buy. $13,000 at Best Buy. Freaking insane. But it was like I wanted new electronics. It was that time. I bought my first new TV in 10 years, right? Even with all the trading money I did, I never spent it on TVs or audio systems. I spent it on headphones. And what I'm going to buy next week, or maybe a week after that, I got to figure out when I have time to go run to Best Buy downtown. I'm buying a new vinyl player. Ooh, a record player. It's going to be nice. But yeah. What's right here? And hey, Aaron, thanks, Michael. Last thing for me. You said in another video that you have UFO gaming. What was your reasoning behind buying it and where did you buy it? Looking for another small market cap play? I bought it off of BitGet. UFO coin is a very, very small market cap coin that is a metaverse play, right? So let me get out of STMX here. Bitcoin, it's still chilling out here for a second. So let me take a drink of water here, guys. So you guys know that I have an easy filter that I use in order to find coins that I personally like. You can change this up however you want to, but normally I want it to be a maximum of 500 million, and I want the price to be under a penny, right? Pretty simple. Now, if I scroll down here, you know, you'll see lots of coins here, like Spell Token. I have Spell Token 2. I have STMX is down here too. And then at number 26 at an $88.5 million market cap, you see that I have UFO gaming right here. Now, you know, you can read about it. You can see over the last day, it's up like 25%, looking very nice. I haven't bought any in like a couple days, of course, or the past couple weeks, just what I normally have. But over the past, let's call it 3 months, you know, it's dropped down quite a bit here. Just like with STMX, I bought a lot of these coins around the 17,000 price point for Bitcoin, or 17,500, whatever, because I usually buy a lot on those dips. Then I kind of dollar cost average as we rebound, and then I buy again, like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And I've been doing this for a while. So you see people are kind of bullish about it, yada, 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 pump it, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so if you go over here to the website, or you can even see right here first, do I want to do this? No, we don't have to worry about any of that other stuff right now. It's a metaverse play, UFO gaming. Let me just approve these cookies here very fast. About, I guess, there we go. Their mission is to bridge the gap between gaming and blockchain, giving players the ability to earn while playing. So a pretty basic concept when it comes to the new metaverse coming out. You play, you can earn real money, or, you know, coins that have value in the real world, basically, right? And then, you know, they have values, they have videos out there, they have a pretty active Discord channel, they have partners out there with KuCoin, Chainlink, Cadex, Gate.io, whatever. They got partners, they have staking, yada, yada, yada. But basically, they have a pretty good program here. Their social media, it looks fine to me. They have 145,000 followers. You know, they're actually showing out stuff. The UFO gaming staking app is live, whatever. I mean, they're building up towards something. They just posted 12 hours ago. UFO gaming is the third to join EcoBoost. They're making progress even through this bearish market. They have a utility here that's going to be nice, and not every metaverse coin has utility. A lot of coins are just promising a whole bunch of stuff, and then every time they have a call with their people saying, hey, this is what I want to see, this is what we're doing, people aren't really enthusiastic about it. And one other thing here, like if you go to the Discord, I'm not part of the Discord, but I was, but I have too many Discord links, so I just tended not to do that. They have like 13,000 members. You guys would probably see live right now. If I can wait for them to do this. Official links. Give them a like. Maybe that might open up some stuff here. Where is the lobby? Okay, I don't know how to use their Discord page. It's complicated. Not their fault, my fault. But basically, they're a low market cap coin. Why shouldn't I put some money behind it? They have a really active community. They do very well. And if we take a quick peek over here at the UFO coin, crypto coin daily chart, you can see they've steadily been grinding over the past few weeks. My average for this is kind of around this zone right here because I mean, guys, I've been buying this for a while now, and I mean a while. So my average is going to be a little bit higher than like over here, but it's around like, yeah, somewhere around here. Actually, I would probably move it up a little bit more, but basically, there we go. From the lows we experienced back in June, it's up 330%. From my average from around here, you know, it's up around 200%. I'm happy with that, but I didn't know this was coming. This is just a low market cap metaverse play, and it goes along with that list that I was telling you guys about. I made the video about it. This video right here. This one. How to find 1000x tokens, 10,000x tokens. I put an extra zero on there. Oops. Whatever. I try to find 10,000x tokens before it's too late, right? I put it out 4 days ago, but this is one of the coins that showed up on that video, right? So I encourage you guys to watch this video. It's not telling you guys to put every single one, all of your money into these lower market cap coins here, but if you guys are looking for coins that have the potential to make some good money, like UFO coin and like some of these other coins out here, you know, there's an easy way to do it. And this isn't all of it, what I show you guys right here. But I do want you guys to understand that, you know, it's okay taking some of those larger risks. Excuse me, guys. Hold on. Spider. Okay, whacked it with my checkbook. I don't like spiders. Hey Loki, I'm sorry. I woke up Loki. He was not happy. There was a bunch of lightning and thunder today, so he was just not having a good day. There we go. But if you just go here again, you know, you don't have to get too far before you start finding all these coins. STMX is here, UFO Gaming, Reef, Fun Token. There's a lot of coins here that are doing very well. And if we just go over here, let me just zoom in for you guys. And I've told you guys this a few times here, more than a few times, but you know, I made the video so you guys have like, I don't have to keep repeating myself basically, because a lot of you guys can't always watch the streams. So I made it for you guys who, you know, have jobs and well, you guys can't watch all my videos. I understand it. What the heck is going on here? Why does it? There we go. Okay, don't worry about the name of the coins. You guys can just go back in your free time. Can just do that. Oh, yes, there we go. Look at the returns over the last 30 days. So you got 35%, 43%. So I got a whole bunch of messages from Google. I hate updating my computer. 33%, whatever, 60% for Spell Token. I got Spell Token 2. Dent, I got Dent. I got XYO. I don't got Safe Moon. I don't know what's going on with Safe Moon. I don't touch that. Baby Dogecoin, I do not have any of this. Maybe I should. VVS Finance, I got some of this. Xeon, I got some of that. Radio Kaka, I bought it. I told you guys just because I like the name Kaka. You know, with these low market cap coins, you can do a lot of fun stuff with them. But you can see 20%, 50%, 35, 193 for UFO Gaming, 71, 61, 40%. There's some pretty decent gains. And then you also see there's some losses in here as well. Some sizable losses. Bitcoin didn't fall 30% in the last 30 days, right? So these are the risks you open yourself up to. But as long as you can kind of see, hey, I like this coin, it has a good utility, social media is fine, they're building something, they're progressing in their plans and they're meeting their expectations or coming close to those expectations. That's where I like to buy some of these coins. Everrise is something I have. Richquack.com is something I don't have, but you can see it's up 76%. Lever is up 130. Meta Hero, I don't have this, but it's up only 3%. But there's some good plays in here, and I don't mind. Like, there's some losses in here as well, but I don't mind that. I mean, these are the coins that really pop off, and these are the coins that when you buy them now at $80 million market cap, these are the coins that have the potential to reach 1,000% really fast, 10,000%, even like 40,000% returns. Really extreme levels, of course, 40,000. But those are where you can get some of those really crazy returns in the coins that next Doge coins type of stuff, right? I always reiterate to you guys here that if I open up a new page, because I don't want to lose these filter changes, when we go over here and talk about Dogecoin, which is currently at number 11 on coinmarketcap.com with a massive market cap of around $9.5 billion. Well, when I bought it, back in the day, right, I was buying it over here around $400 million market cap, and then I sold it right over here as it was hitting $70 billion market cap. It went up to like 88 billion, but as you guys know, I sold half of mine at 50 since I'm holding the rest of it now. But I didn't care if I sold it here or here at the very top. I don't care if I sold it even here. I made a bunch of money by buying it way over here, or actually way over here, and selling it right over here. Fantastic profits. Well, now with a whole bunch of coins out there, they do have higher market caps, so you're only going to be expecting hundreds of percent returns and profits, maybe up to a couple thousand. But for these lower market cap coins here, if it goes from a market cap of let's say use UFO Gaming here. If it goes from a market cap of 88,822,654, let me go over here. Percentage increase calculator. I don't know if it's going to allow me to have such a large number, but we'll see. No, will it not? Oh, shucks. Okay, hold on. Doesn't matter. If it goes from 88 billion, and then it finds its way up to the top 100 and goes to like a 10 billion or something like that, that is a crazy return on my part, which will give me thousands and thousands of percent profit. And then I guess I can do that right here. Let's just say it gave me a 3,000% profit. Okay, so I have like let's just say I have $500 in here for now. I have a little bit more money than that, but let's just keep it at that. And let's say I have a 3,000% profit. That $500 turns into $1,500 in profit. Right, that's the hope here, right? And that $15,000 I can use on the next big bull run and stuff like that down the road. But I usually buy these coins because they have low market caps. They have a pretty decent social media following. They have a business model that they're trying to expand upon. They're trying to make money, and they're actually. It doesn't have to happen overnight, but they're achieving those goals bit by bit by bit, and they're growing the partnerships needed in order to really continue the growth that they need. And as you can see from UFO Gaming, this is only since it's been on KuCoin here, but you guys can see, at least from December of last year when the crypto was a little bit higher, of course, it did fall down about 98%. It did fall down about 98%. That is one of the reasons I ended up buying it, because it was so dirt cheap, and it fell upon this list that we were talking about here, right? So let me move this over here. If you guys want some really crazy stuff, use watch that video, look at the numbers I give you guys, but go over to page like 3 and 4. You get market caps at $3 million, like $3 million, even as low as $1 million here pretty soon. And these coins aren't up as much as the ones on the first page, right? They're not even up as much in the last 30 days. They're kind of around the same, but a lot of these ones are big losers, right? So you could go over here, say, hey, this coin has a $2.75 million market cap. Let me find something I would buy here. No. Is there anything I would actually buy here? Let's go to page 4. Man, I'm picky when I come to these like the really, really low market cap coins. No, wow, I don't see anything I like. Okay, I'm just gonna have to choose something random. Launchblock.com. Okay. Down 2% today. Market cap of $761,000. Okay. Not much at all. What I would probably do is scroll down, and I can see, you can find this on KuCoin. You can find it on KuCoin. There you go. And since it has a low market cap coin, if I did all of my research on it, I said, hey, they're trying to do this. They have a community here. One of their developers used to work for Microsoft, or one of their like a Microsoft management team, like higher up in Microsoft, or they started to do ABC. Then I'm like, okay, well, I'll toss in $20. Okay, $20, zero commission fees because it's KuCoin. So if I put $20 in there at a market cap of 761,000. Maybe if I can do it this way, percentage increase calculator, 761. Oh, geez. 6. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I was right the first time. All right, now let's say that market cap goes up to $1 million. $1 million. Okay, so that's 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Is that about right? No, 1 million. 10 million, 100 million. Let's go 100 million. If it just makes its way back up to $100 million, that's a better way to say it. That's a 13,000% increase. Now, am I willing to do that for $20 if the research looks okay? Yeah, you bet. You bet I will. But I got to do the research behind it first, right? All right. Sorry about that tangent, guys, but it is pretty interesting to look at those low market cap coins. Not usually something you're going to be going after so much, but you know, if you have some extra fund money, or you have a specific amount of money set in your account for those lower cost coins, there's usually some fun to be had there, or just some educational stuff you can do there too. Let's see. Oh, but I did buy it off of BitGet. I think you can also buy it off of KuCoin as well. I got links to both of them down below if you want to make an account. Hey, Mike, do you think McDonald's is cracking real eggs back there? No, I don't even think they have eggs, like egg shells. I think what McDonald's does, going off of a tangent here, of course, I think they have, like, I think they use real eggs, but it's like egg mixture. You know how they can't say honey? They have to say honey sauce. Or they can't say butter, it's a butter sauce. Legally, I think they have egg sauce, right? So it's eggs, but there's also some other stuff in the eggs there. I can't eat McDonald's. So I used to eat a lot of McDonald's when I was growing up. I took a break from eating McDonald's for like a year because I'm still dieting and I haven't eaten there in a while now. But I got McDonald's, I want to say like 6-7 months ago. It made me throw up. And my stomach can't handle McDonald's anymore. Your body has to be trained to eat McDonald's. My mind just, I can't do it. My body now just rejects McDonald's food in its entirety. I've had a blizzard there that worked out okay. I'm lactose intolerant, so I didn't really, but it wasn't because of like bad quality or stuff like that. See, hey Tony, don't eat groceries and you won't catch monkeypox, and don't be weird, just buy crypto and stocks. There you go. Hey Jared, do you think? Oh no, I said a question. Yeah, they don't have eggs. I think they have egg sauce. But I don't know anybody that works at McDonald's. Maybe they really do have eggs, and it's just like an egg mixture or something like that. Who knows? Hey Monica, what about buying Tron at these levels? It has not done anything much since July. And BGB, please. As far as BGB is concerned, BGB's been doing a whole bunch of nothing here. I'm fine with BGB doing nothing. I know that it will continue to go up higher, but ever since it really dropped down to like 10 cents, it really, it has popped back up to 17 cents, but I mean, it stayed there for a while. It's just kind of going sideways to me. BGB is one of my best favorite coins to be holding for the long term. Has a market cap of like 80 million, 90 million dollars right now. Back up here was like over $100 million. But as far as BGB right now, after this period of time, it usually does have a little bit of a cool down. It may have a cool down over the next a week or so. I'm still long on BGB all the way. It still has a low enough market cap where the technicals aren't going to really do much for it. As you guys can see, it still has some pretty like very volatile moves out of nowhere. Within one day, the price dropped, or within 2 days, the price dropped well, actually, no, it was one day. One day the price dropped 36%. It's still a very, very volatile coin. I'm sticking with it for a while, but you guys know, I told you guys about this last year when it was back way down here, like at 6 cents or so. You know, I'm still holding it strong, Monica. As far as the other coin you talked about here, that was Tron. There you go. I own this for the long term. I haven't been buying it like a whole bunch of other coins. I've just kind of stopped my long-term buying here, and I'm just kind of waiting for the market to go back down. I still hold quite a bit of this. I think this will do fine in the future. It does have some problems in the company. I think they're going to address those sometime, like, you know, as far as the network and stuff like that. But I do like Tron overall, and the reason I like Tron and the Tron network is because it's so freaking cheap. If they can make it cheap and reliable, which I think they can if they have the right partnerships down the road, I think they're going to be a very useful way for people to transfer money. So, you know, if I go through ERC20, which is Ethereum network, at this point in time, it usually costs me about $10, right? $10 to transfer money from one wallet to another. Whereas Tron, it costs me $1. $1. I am very happy to pay $1 over $10 any day because those dollars add up, right? I usually transfer between wallets, like I want to say like anywhere from 10 to 20 times a week, right? And I, you know, sometimes I move them over to friends' wallets because people, like I have friends out on the East Coast or even out here on the West Coast, they'll pay me, like Venmo me money, I'll buy them crypto and I'll just transfer it over to them, right? Because they don't understand how to do it. Or like my friend's grandfather wanted to get into crypto and was like, oh yeah, hey, give me some cash, you know, or treat me to dinner and I'll use whatever you treat me for dinner with, because he's a wealthy guy. I'll be like, hey, I'll just give it to you back in crypto. And you know, so I do a lot of transfers like that. A lot of them, not all with family members and just friends of family and stuff like that, but just, you know, moving into my own accounts. $10 adds up a lot. If I do 20, that's like $200 a week. Or if I do Tron, it's $20 a week. I'd rather pay $20 a week than $200 a week, and that's why I stick with Tron most of the time. And then ERC20, it's mostly just because I use that one just because some exchanges require it as the form of transfer. Like Coinbase, you can only transfer Tether using the Ethereum network, which I don't like. If they can start moving that over to the Tron network on top of it, that'd be pretty nice. But Tron looks fine. Again, I'm not really swing trading it too much. I would say dollar cost averaging is probably okay, but even I'm not doing that for a while. I think it's going to be solid long-term hold though. Jimmy. Let's see. Hey, Miss K, happy to see you back. And hey, Kenny G, Bitcoin back to the 20s, 20Ks. Well, it is in the 20s right now, but I do think it will. Oops, knocked my water down. I got 2 water cups here because I've been really dehydrated lately. I think Bitcoin will eventually retest the 20s. Yes, like 20,000, 19,000. I do think we're going to be coming back down there over time. I think right now we're in a fantastic bear market rally. It is a fantastic bear market rally. Nobody can say otherwise, but I still think it's a bear market rally. If you guys remember, let me take a sip of water here. If you guys remember what happened earlier in the year, this is a Bitcoin daily chart. So far during this rally here, oh, did I move these? I might have. There we go. This rally so far for Bitcoin has gone up about 40.49%. We still haven't gone higher than that so far today. Maybe today we'll actually break that level. But about, 40.42. Let's just call it 40%, okay? We've gone up 40%. And then we'll see what happens. Back over here with Bitcoin, Bitcoin rallied up about 27% before it came back down. Back over here during this longer consolidation that we saw coming into the new year, 2022, right? January, February. You saw Bitcoin rally up about 46% in the bear market rally. And then, of course, we still know what happened. It fell down from about $48,000 all the way down to 17,500-ish over the past few months. So I'm still pretty sure that we're going to be coming down over the next few months and trying to retest some of these lows here. Whether we break them or not, we'll see. But I do think it's not implausible that Bitcoin finds its way to come back down here. to around $20,000, especially if we start getting some of those more recessionary effects. So if you guys go over here and search Google and you start typing in layoffs, you know, this is a very bad story to just pull up here, but basically, you know, I guess this CEO posted a crying selfie after layoffs to show execs are normal people too. I don't think that was the right thing to do, but okay. Don't I have a whole news? Snap is laying off people. Nutanix, whatever that is to lay off 270 people. You're starting to see layoffs happening more and more and more. We'll have to. Groupon cuts over 500. The tech sector is pretty much cutting staff, right? Microsoft is ending contracts early for hundreds of workers. No layoffs at NVIDIA. That's good, but layoffs still keep coming after better than expected job support. Right? So you are seeing layoffs start to increase. I think you're going to start to see the really bad effects of layoffs. Not really when, in part when these corporate guys start getting laid off because they're the ones spending all their excess cash at the bars and the restaurants and stuff like that. But I do think you're going to start seeing some larger problems as well when the non-corporate guys that make good money, like tradesmen, make fantastic money depending on where you live, right? The electricians, electrical engineers, craftsmen, whatever. The guys that make good money doing some hard labor. When they start, losing jobs or clients, stuff like that, that's also going to have a pretty big effect on the economy as well. So that pain has just started beyond inflation. The actual pain of layoffs and stuff is just starting. Rate hikes, I guess we all kind of look at the market really in a different way here because we saw CPI data, or when we see the Federal Reserve raising rate hikes, we see the market have an immediate response to that. But you guys always have to remember, the market is trying to forecast what they think is going to be happening in the future, right? So at this point, I still think we do have some pain ahead of us, and I think this is just one gigantic bear market rally, frankly. Doesn't mean you can't make money off of it. For heaven's sakes, make money. I've been making money off of this thing and losing some money at some times, of course. But overall, it's been a pretty good experience trading in this bear market rally. I've sold off a lot of coins that I bought over the last few weeks. I made some good profits, and I'm holding that cash in order to buy more crypto if we do come back down. See, hey Jared, they say they use real eggs. You call BS. Hey George, I mean, I don't know if McDonald's use real eggs. I would call it a milk sauce or no, an egg sauce, something like that. I don't know what McDonald's tastes like anymore, guys. I just don't know. The last time I had McDonald's, I had their orange juice. I don't think they make their own orange juice because it tasted like real orange juice. If I go somewhere with my family where everybody will get their food from McDonald's, and I'll take an orange juice because I like large orange juice. That's all I need, or a high C punch. But I don't know what they have in the back of there. It's something that is cheaper than eggs. I assume something that's cheaper than eggs. Let's leave it at that. And no worries, Jared. Happy to help. Let's see. Oh, and hey, NFG. I worked there. The egg McMuffin is whole eggs. The folded and others are mixed frozen. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So it's a little bit of mix right there. And hey, Ricardo, do I feel better investing in into interest-based cryptos than just normal ones, or that don't get the interest? Right now in this kind of bearish market environment, I've been happy to not really just keep in my third-party wallets, like my Nano Ledger wallets and stuff like that. I've been happy to keep everything offline, not on exchanges, and not really going into those heavy interest accounts. Up until a few months ago, I was fine keeping my money in Voyager, but I was like, there's some warning signs here, guys. I'm taking my money out just to be precautionary, just to be safe. And what do you know? Bad things happen. And the only reason I really started paying attention to Voyager in the first place was because of what happened with Celsius. So, I'm not opposed to it, but you got to really scrutinize the people you're going to be going through first and really investigate. Do they have the necessary cash flow to withstand Bitcoin potentially going back down to $17,500, $15,000, $10,000 even? Because you want to know that they can pass any type of stress test like that in order to make sure their customers can get their crypto out of their exchange whenever they want to. Now, what I normally do here is some exchanges have abilities built into them for you to make some money. So KuCoin has some type of interest programs like that. I trust KuCoin, so yeah, I would trust their system for doing it. BitGet has BGB Earn, so you can accumulate interest on BGB just by holding it and signing up for their Earn program. That's fine by me. They don't have it for any and every coin, but they have it on a few coins, and that's okay for me. So, the majority of my long-term trades are not on exchanges, they're in my own personal wallets. However, if I'm doing a month-long trade and I just want to earn some extra interest on it, yeah, sure, I'll lock it up for a little bit of time. Or in case of like BGB Earn, you could take it out at any time you want to. You don't actually have to lock it in for a month or a week or something like that. Hey, Digicoin, do I think Ethereum will pull back to 1600? Yes, I do, but I'm not entirely sure if that's necessarily going to be happening soon. I want to, well, yeah, it could actually happen pretty soon over the next 2 days or so. I want to see what happens as Bitcoin approaches this level of resistance up here, these 2 levels of resistance. If we start getting rejected off of those, maybe it might happen sometime this weekend. Until then, we're just kind of waiting to see how much more this last Bitcoin pump, I think this is the last Bitcoin pump is, before we start running into the 20-week moving average and stuff like that. But I'm sure over the next, let's say 30 to 60 days, I don't know, that's a pretty wide range right now, but I'm sure it's going to be coming back down, yeah. Well, it's my opinion that it's going to be coming back down. I don't want to say like I absolutely know what's going to happen. See, yeah, no worries, Kenny G. Have a good rest of your night, man. I have no idea what Lito's staked Ethereum is at all. You're going to have to look that up on YouTube and say, like, search that exact question in there, or go to Google or even Reddit. They may be able to help you out there like that. I don't do staking like that. I've never found the value in it. I just like to keep everything in my exchanges, let it sit, and with the exchanges I trust. And I used to trust Voyager, right? But then when they lost my trust, I started pulling off a lot of money out of there, and I left like maybe less than 1% of my income, or like my my value, my wealth in there. And that $500 got trapped because it was STMX. I just wanted to wait to see what would happen to it, and boy, was that a mistake. Let's see. Hey, Georgia, electrician in the house. What do you call it? See, exactly. So far, I think electricians are still booming. At least I think they are. My mom used to be an electrician before she broke her back on the job. But yeah, she's taught me a lot of stuff about electricians, the basic stuff that a kid could learn about, stripping wires and clamping them together, keeping the circuits going, doing the light switches and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. I love currents. There's something magical about electricity. Probably because I like fire as well. What's right here? Here. And hey, Ronin, PSLD, I can see that one very fast for you. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Let me see if this Maxi one's on there. PSLD is not on there. Maxi? There we go. We'll see if this one actually works out pretty well. Okay. Right now, Maxi seems to be pumping. It seems to be going up a little bit here off of this Uniswap one. I would say be careful of it. It looks like more like a lower market cap coin here. I could be wrong. I just can't see much of the past data here. But if you want to hop into this, I would highly recommend you are always watching it if you're in the trade. When something is running up like this, it does have an opportunity to start dumping really, really fast. And the run started a few days ago, right? So it's already jumped up around 23%. You're kind of going for some of those middle of the pack kind of profits at the moment. So yeah, if you want to go into it, sure. But I would give it like a 5 to 10% stop loss since it is going to be more volatile. And then from there, see what you can make out of it. But you can see like this this is a low market cap coin. This is very, very volatile. You see that, like, 1 minute it's up quite a bit. The next moment it's down like 15% within, like, a couple days. So just be careful of how volatile these coins are going to be. These coins are not something you're going to be looking for consistent profit. But if you want to treat it as some casino money, take bet on black, poker, whatever. By all means, go for it and play with it, but don't treat this as something that you're going to be looking at a lot. These types of coins usually burn people out because people get trapped in them, and then they become bag holders because a lot of those coins don't have the opportunity for you to actually have stop losses and stuff like that. So if there's a stop loss available for it, if you can find it on an exchange, that might be the best way to trade that particular coin. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, Lunati. I think you mean Lunacy. Oh, no, actually, let me see right here. Lunati. Terra Classic. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, I can't tell if this is what you're looking at, though, but as far as this is concerned, we all know it was a stable coin that ended up getting depegged in it. I don't even know what the heck actually this is going on right now. I wouldn't buy into this personally. It doesn't look like something I'd really want to trade. This is a low market cap coin that's going to burn a lot of people very, very fast. So just be careful with it. If you do want to go into it, by all means, go for it. Me saying no does not have to stop you from doing anything here, of course. But it doesn't seem like something I'd be interested in buying at this moment in time. It looks kind of... I don't like to trade with those micro cap coins like that. Usually a little bit too risky for me. Let's see. And here, Yellow Vest. At their Chainlink, I think Chainlink is fine here, guys. Hold on a second here. It's been a little bit volatile over the past few days. If I go over to the daily chart here, 4-hour chart. There we go. You saw it had a pretty nice dip here over yesterday. Fell down about like 5-6%. Then of course CPI data came in and made it rocket basically. If we go over here to the daily chart, it's still grinding up here on this trend line. The moment it actually breaks down from this and closes down below on the daily chart, I'll probably open up a short on this. This is going to be something I'm very excited about. You're looking at a level of resistance up here as far as Link is concerned, right there, around $9.64. It might have a little bit more upside here. It's going to need to cool down here. Let's call it sometime before this week, and it's going to have to start cooling down. That may be an opportunity for you to buy the dip. From what I see right now happening, let me see if I go over here to the 4-hour chart. Let me get rid of this line here because you guys already know what's happening. It's been honoring the Fibonacci extensions for the most part here. Little tap, broke right above it. You might have a price target anywhere up here from $9.50 to this little extra line up here on $9.64. I think that's realistic. Again, you're taking the scraps at this point if you want to go into it, but you could still make some good money if you wanted to trade it. On the downward side, though, watch out for that trend line. If it does start breaking down below that, I'd be probably one of the first to short this sucker down, because when this thing goes down, here's a good example, it likes to go down, and this is some real easy money the majority of the time here. You don't always have to catch the top. If you catch a breakdown, you're usually going to be looking okay here, right? Even this breakdown right here, if you would have just been patient and wait for the breakdown to actually go through, you're still walking away with like 23% profit. Let's say you don't even make it that much money. Let's say you make like 12% profit. That's still great for like a day, 4 hours, 12% profit. I'd be happy with that. I'd be on the shorting side, of course, but I'd still be happy with that. Even over here, when it broke down the first time, let's see, where was that at? Right here. Actually, that breakdown didn't do as much. This is one of those sideways moves where it broke the trend, but not all the way down. This one probably only netted you before the stop loss kicked in, because you would have had to move the stop loss. Oh, never, I'm not scaling back all the way back over there. But yeah, you might have only gotten like 2 to 3% profit off of that one, but still profit if you were able to move that stop loss up there. But yeah, I'd be looking at a price target of maybe $9.50 or so. And if you were to buy right now and it ended up working out, you might be walking away with like 4.5 to 5% profit. If you toss on that 5x leverage, maybe you're walking away with like 20% profit. 10x leverage, of course, like 40% profit. But you got to be careful, and you got to have a stop loss if you guys want to be trading this one right now. This one's nice and volatile, and that's why I like trading it so much. And Bitcoin's kind of slowed down just a little bit, guys. It was having a nice pump up. It's consolidating a little bit more now. And hey, Puma, ADA. Where is even ADA on my list here? I hate when there you go. Everything got moved up. I got to move this back up here. There we are. Oh, no, I don't want to do that one. ADA is one of those ones that didn't break down today, but it came very, very close. It barely, actually a couple days ago, it almost broke down as well. It's still hovering up here a bit by bit. You're seeing this level of resistance up here. If I can draw a little bit of a, you're seeing that level of resistance up here. We haven't broken through it just yet. If Bitcoin's able to retest some of those levels up here around 24,800 or so, maybe even 25,000 over the next 24 hours or so, you could actually see us break out above that and maybe start heading back up here towards 58 cents. After that, you know, then I don't know if we're going to really break above these ones around 66 cents. May have an opportunity to do that, but you know, I would definitely, if we could have that extra pop, I would definitely rather sell around 62 to 64 cents just to make some money out of it. It looks like it's still alive and well. It's still above the trend line here, even though it broke down below it. It didn't close down below it, so that's good news for you. But if Bitcoin can manage to break out later on today or later on tonight, I think you have an opportunity to see it get back up between 60 cents and 66 cents. I would probably be all out of it by the time it reaches 66 cents though, and maybe with leaving 5% on the table just to see where it goes. But if it does break out above this level and you bought around 54 cents or 50 cents, whatever it may be, I would move that stop loss up probably to 55 cents. So no matter 55 and a half cents. So no matter what happens, I walk away with a profit and then I wait and watch it grind up to see if I could actually hit 65, 66 cents as the market opens up tomorrow. So far, guys, for the market, Dow is up, S&P is up, and we have the NASDAQ all up on the futures market. Oil's continue to go down, and the 10-year rates is going up just a tad, okay? So you have an opportunity to have another big pump here coming out of ADA, and I guess that pump, if we're talking about it now, maybe another 10 to 15% if we're lucky. Maybe if we're not so lucky, maybe as far as just 5 to 10%. I still think that'd be a pretty nice return there, especially if you guys are open to using leverage on your plays, right? Okay, but okay, buddy, it's 7:30. I'm going to call it a night right now. It's been a very, very long day. If you guys have any coins that you guys want me to talk about, I'll answer those later on tomorrow. I will be live at midnight tonight just to kind of hang out with you guys again and have a quick little stream for the European crowd and the Asian crowd. I always want to make sure I keep up to date with them as well. So I'll see you guys later on tonight if you guys are up that late, or if you guys aren't, I will let you guys know, or I will see you guys tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And anywhere between 12 o'clock, let's say probably around 1 o'clock to 1:30, I will post a daily update video. That way you guys can